Hi, so welcome to another session of Revit Family Academy. We're going a bit out of scope here. I'm going to cover how to do a flat roof with a drainage point. A good colleague of mine, Paul, pointed this out, and I thought I'd cover this in a video. So here we're using 2013 in this example, and the problem with flat roofs is with a drainage point is they're a little bit tricky to work with, so most people just do it in details, but there's no reason why you can't model it. So first off, the issue is generally when you're doing roofs by footprint, if I put a roof in on here, again, make sure you're using no slopes, as I don't want to make a hip roof, I want to make a flat roof. So I'm going to pick walls, hit tab, pick all my walls. I should pick the inside, but anyways, finish that. I've got my roof done. I'm going to add a point on here. Put that point down there. I'm going to modify that point, and I'm going to pull it down by, say, minus 200 millimeters. Okay, so the problem is it creates all this faceting, and um, it's hard to create the slope you want. Okay, so I'll have to figure out the slope I've gotten with this. So it's not very controllable, and it doesn't look that great. These are flat parts, and these are going to be sloped. I want it to all drain to a certain point, so that's not going to work. Okay, so I'm going to just delete that roof, and I'm going to start over. So first off, what I'm going to do is draw a roof that covers the entire building shape. Okay, so I'm going to go pick walls. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick some of the walls here, and I'm just going to trim it up. I'll use the trim command here, and I want a roof that covers the entire building footprint. Okay, and finish that. So I end up with something like that. Okay, that's what we're working with. Okay, so first off is I'm going to use some reference planes. I'm going to find where my drainage point is. So generally I'm going to want to put it at the center of this building. So that happens to work out for me here. So that's where my drainage point's going to be. And I'm going to draw some 45-degree reference planes off here as well. 45 degrees there, and 45 degrees there. Then I'm going to just stretch these 45-degree lines out and making sure I move it so I maintain my 45 degrees. Pulls out like that. Okay, I've got those. Great. So now what I'm going to do is pick my roof to get my object-specific panel up here, and I'm going to pick Add Split Line. Okay, I'm going to want to add split lines from the intersection of these reference planes on the 45-degree angle. Actually, I'm going to pull it all the way here. That there, hit escape, and go from here. Oops. Split line to here. There we go. So now, got my roof splitting, and this can be done. This technique can be used on floors as well. Now, just for my own reference, so I can show you guys, you folks out there, I'm just going to draw some reference planes where these guys are actually intersecting, right there and right here, just for demonstration. You don't need to do this. Okay, and I'm going to draw a section right down the middle here. Bang, and I'm going to flip that section over. Okay, great. And now I'm going to go do that section. And you can see there's my points where they're hitting the wall. I'm just going to go a window tile here to show you. And you can see these points here are these points here and here. Okay, and that's why I just drew these just for your own reference, but actually, maybe you can do those, you can use them. So, close that, maximize this, I'm gonna open this up a bit more. So, I want a 2% slope. How do I control that? So, first off, I'm gonna draw a detail line under annotation, detail line. I'm gonna draw a detail line to generate a 2% slope. So to do that is I draw a line that's 2,000 millimeters out, down by 40 millimeters. This gives me 2%. Okay, and draw a line from here to here. That line, detail line, is going to be used just for reference. Should give me 2%. How do I prove that? So click on annotation, spot slope, pick on that. Right now in my project, I have this set up to say 2%. Okay, you may not have that. Again, if you don't, you'll have to go to properties, click on your slope, edit type, and you may have to change your unit formats here. Okay, and show percent. So I did that already. Okay, you probably have it on ratio or something like that. Something like this. You might have something like that. So I'm going to undo that. So you may get that. So we know that's 2%. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to copy that from here and point here to my center. This is my center of my building, or that drainage point. So from here to here. Great. Now I'm going to want to extend this to where it hits the wall. So I'm just going to pick on this. I'm going to pick the extend tool. And pick this wall. I want to extend this line to that wall. Great. So that's where my roof should be following to generate a 2% slope. So now I'm going to utilize those points. You see those points there? So that's good there. So I'm going to want to measure from here to here, here to here, the distance I have to move these points up. So let's use the measure tool here. From this point up to here is 178. Okay, let's remember that, 178. And the next one is measure from here to here is 266. So 266, 178. So now I go back to my roof plan, and I'm going to edit these points. So I'm going to pick on my roof. I'm going to go modify sub-elements, and I'm going to pick on these points, which was 178, and pick on that, 178. Pick on that point, 178. Pick on that point, 178, and so forth. 178. And now I do these. Otherwise, this is flat right now. And this is 266. Oops. 266 as I measured. 266. 266. Oh, 266. 266. Jeez. 266. Easy to fix. And 266. Oops, do that. Yeah, wrong point. That was right. I undid that. Sorry, my mistake, folks. Let's pick on that again. Let's fix that up. Modify subpoints. 178. This is 266. Sorry. 266. Great. So as you can see, if I pick on my points here, now these are all 178 and 266. Great. So now if I go back to my section view, you'll see I can actually see my roof sloped. And let's check my slope angle. So architectural, oops, annotation, spot elevation, 2%. This one is wrong. Oh, sorry, I was measuring the wrong line, 2%. So let's also check it on the roof plan. Spot elevation, 2%, 2%, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I can put these in And now I can drop a drainage point there. But that's it, folks. That's how you make a control a roof slope. Now the next part is, well, my roof doesn't look right. I've got this big chunk sitting off here. That's no problem. What we're going to do is we're just going to cut away what we don't need. So we're going to pick on that. We're going to use, actually we don't have to pick on that. We're going to use architecture. We're going to use this vertical opening. Pick vertical opening, and it wants you to pick the object you want to do a vertical opening on. Now we'll pick the roof, and we go into the sketch mode, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick my lines, pick lines tool here, pick here, here, and here, and just finish. This has to be a closed shape, so I'm going to finish this off and just draw something like that. And we'll just trim those up in a second. And actually just extend this out here. And we'll do a trim. So those are my vertical openings, and I'll finish that. And there we go. It cuts those out. And there's my perfectly done roof with a 2% slope. Okay, there you go. One last tip you may not know is in my section view here. Let's get rid of that. My section view, you notice that I've got this slope happening, but my bottom of my roof or floor, depending what you're doing, is flat. That's what it should be. If you're not getting that, if I pick on my roof object, hit edit type, what you should have for structure, you make sure that your variable is checked on. If you don't, what you're going to get is you'll get this. Okay, you don't want that to happen. You don't want that to go. You want this your bottom part to be flat, the upper part for drainage to be sloped. Okay, so I'm just going to undo that, and that's it, folks. That's how to create a 2% slope, controlled slope on a flat roof. Thanks for watching.